Today, we're going to talk about donning and doffing your SCBA. This is a very important skill. This skill will most likely be drawn on a UFRA test and will most likely be required by your department. Donning the SCBA must be done in under 1 minute, according to most department SOPs and UFRA. So, we're going to talk about how to properly and safely don your SCBA. This is most likely one of the most important skills that is developed from going through Fire 1, Fire 2, or working with a volunteer fire department. So, the first key is to know how to be prepared. So, as you can see, I have my face piece right here. We're going to set that right there. I've got my helmet off. I'm going to loosen this chin strap. I'm going to loosen the band on the back all the way. Then I am going to have my hood wrapped around my collar so that it's easier to deploy the hood once I have the face piece on. So it's easier if you have it quick and easily ready to deploy. Now that we've talked about proper placement, we're going to go over the UFRA guidelines for donning your SCBA. This has to be done in under 1 minute. Like we said in the beginning, be prepared. This includes lining up all your equipment, having your PPE properly laid out so that it's easy. Also, secondly, you're going to want your SCBA laid out properly. So you're going to want every single strap as loose as possible. This aids in getting it on easy and then knowing where your tighteners are once it's on. You're also going to want to make sure that all of your air is completely shut off. So that's really important, because if you leak air, you will most likely fail this skill. The first bullet point is to kneel or crouch by your SCBA. We're already doing that. This is the most effective position to don an SCBA. It probably won't be the position you'll be in to don an SCBA when you're in an actual fire, but this, for speed, is the most effective position to don an SCBA. Second, the next bullet point is that you're going to verify that the air in this tank is enough air for you, which is most likely the full capacity. Luckily, the SCBAs that we have an air gauge on the bottom here. So, I'm going to check that air gauge. Air looks good. The next thing is I'm going to turn on the air for this SCBA. That's this knob right here. We're going to open that up all the way. You can hear the air just kicked on. Okay. Now, secondly, the next thing that I do is so we made sure that the air is full. We turned on the air tank. Then I'm going to listen for the sound of the pass device coming on. I just heard the pass device come on, and I can see the blinking lights before I put this on. Now I can say pass device activated. That means that this pass is now active. As you can hear, it's working great. Next, we're going to grab this SCBA by the handles in the frame. There's one right here and one right here. When I grab this, now we're donning the backpack. So I'm going to lift it up to here, up over my head. Now when I let go of these handles, I'm going to stretch my arms outwards, like so. Then I'm going to begin tightening all of the straps. I'm going to lean forward, pull on both straps. Now my shoulder straps are tightened. Now I'm going to take this buckle here, clip it, reach around, grab that, and tighten the other side as well. The next step is going to be verify that your air on this readout matches the air on the readout of the tank. We'll verbalize that the pass activated, within 100. That verifies that our gauges are working properly. Next step, we are going to don the face piece. The easiest way to do this is to loosen the 2 lower straps on these face pieces with the rubber. Now prior to beginning this skill, the top straps should have been tightened to fit your head. Next, we are going to don the face piece. As we do this, these face pieces have seals. If the seals collapse in as you're putting on the mask, you will not seal this mask.
As you can see, I'm situating the seal. Once the face piece is on, now I'm going to go ahead and reach for these 2 tabs here and pull them tight. The next step is to reach with this hand open and make a seal on this lip here. Then we're going to try and breathe in. If we cannot breathe in, and our mask is properly sealed. Then we are going to blow out. If we can blow out, then the mask exhalation valve that we talked about earlier is working. So let's try that now. Place your hand over the mask. Breathe in. As you can see, the mask stuck to my face. The seal is good and I will not make any air. Next, I'm going to, with the same hand, breathe out. As you can hear, the exhalation valve in this mask is working good. So now we're going to say exhalation valve works, proper seal. Then we're going to put a protective hood and make sure that it is a round like face piece. Now, if you can see any skin around this face piece, you will know the skin and you will get burned in the fire guide. It's very important to make sure that no skin is covering and showing anywhere, and all of the skin is properly covered. Next, we're going to attach the second stage regulator to the face piece. In this mask setup, by clipping in and trimming like this, you bypass that on the right hand side. And now you can hear that I'm breathing on air. The last two steps are to put all your hair up. It's an easy step when everything is loose. Like so. And your final step is to put on your gloves. And we're done.